Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to talk about the fourth part of the fragrance feedbacks. We're finally at the home stretch. I'm finally running out of air to talk about them, and we're just going to dive in. These are just a bunch of random brands that didn't have enough to merit their own their own individual video. Okay, Johnny. I need to get some food or something, coffee. All right, so without further ado, let's dive right in. We have some old Rite Aid wax melts. I believe these are from Hannah's originally, once upon a time. Cranberry mandarin, great scent. Solid cranberry, solid mandarin. It is what it is, and it's strong and long and lasts forever. So there's cranberry mandarin for you. There's not much else to say to it other than it's good. Then we had woodland pine, a very strong, nice, more muted pine scent, which had like a more like woodsy base to it. I prefer this over some of the other more pungently, I want to call them like zesty pines, but the ones that kind of lean towards like urine smelling if they're just lingering too long. This is more of like the grounded pine, and so I do appreciate them. They were great. I only had like one of each, but it was fun to finally warm through them. We got through American Home by Yankee Candle, Fresh Balsam Fir. I'm not impressed as a whole with the Yankee Candle or American Home by Yankee Candle scent throws. They've gotten better, and like the Yankee Candle specific ones, but just poor performance, especially for a tree scent. Like, it was there, but it was like, is it there? I don't know. Can't necessarily recommend that brand. I wouldn't go out of your way to spend money on them, even if they're on sale. Buy at your own risk. If you're going to get something from Yankee Candle, get something like one of these clamshells, because they seem to throw a bit better. They're not necessarily what I would call my favorites in terms of wax melts, which is surprising because I would have expected more from Yankee Candle, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like the formula they're using is too similar to their candle wax, and so it doesn't warm or release the fragrance as well as it could, or the oil formulas are just not there. I don't know. Anyways, Yankee Candle Christmas Cookie, speaking of, it's a Christmas cookie scent. It smells lovely. I remember loving this scent in their like oil wall plug things. Little less than exciting in wax form, which is kind of sad because I remember loving that stuff getting back in college. I would be like, I was obsessed with those like Yankee Candle ones. Twinkling Lights. It's one of the newer ones this time. It kind of smells a little bit like soap or fresh like candle wax. It has a little bit of a slight perfume romantic quality to it. It's a very neutral scent. Could work well in a bedroom or a bathroom or a living room or wherever. Has a little bit of a soap scent to it, but it's not soapy. It smells like a fresh candle, like candle wax, and a little bit of like a light perfume to it. Very unisex, very just nice and warm. I was actually surprised because for all the grumbles I have about Yankee Candle's wax melts, this one actually impressed me. Would I get it again? Most likely. I mean, it didn't knock my socks off, let's be real. But it's been like the most compelling case for them so far that I've tried. And I've tried several. So, moving on. Let's go to the threshold waxes. So I had Fresh Fraser, whatever. Just Fresh Tree. We're going to call it that. I give up. That is what it is. It's a Fraser Tree. Fraser, F-A-R. I'm done. I can't even spell it right now, and I'm reading it. It's a green tree scent. It smells fresh. It's like you cut a tree and brought it in. That's what you really need to know about it. It doesn't smell like an artificial tree. It doesn't smell too heavily woodsy. It smells like you went to find a tree, you hacked it down, and you brought it home, and it's like giving off the scent in your house. Good scent. Winter Magic with notes of white amber and pine. This one Wasn't super fond of it. Again, the pine note in there was doing something weird. I think the amber helped, but as a whole, it's like a musky sort of, it kind of gives me like an acorn, not acorn, like pine cone sort of scent, rather than just straight up pine. And so it's just a little bizarre to me, but not overall bad thing. Would I warm it again? I wouldn't go out of my way to do it, but. And then we had a 3-pack of the Fresh Fraser Festive Spice and Cozy Cashmere. I love the Cozy Cashmere scent. Festive Spice I could toss in the garbage and be fine with, because that's how I feel about spices most of the time. And then Fresh Fraser, like we just said earlier, it's just like you hack down a tree. So, interesting scent combo. I would have loved it more if I had not wormed it with the Festive Spice inside. I would have subbed it out for something else. But otherwise, great little 3-pack there. Next, we have Cedarwood and Sea Salt from Oak and Rye. This is a really nice, fresh scent. Very fresh, very, you do get the sea salt component to it. Slight aquatic and wood. It's very simple. It's very light. It's their essential oil-based line, I think. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Would I say it was like heavily cedarwood? No. If you're looking for like a strong, straight up cedarwood scent, I would look elsewhere. But if you're looking for like a fresh, slightly salty hint of it, or like essential oil version cedarwood, maybe. But it was a nice scent. Nice, fresh, relaxing. I enjoyed it. I would warm it again. If I found it, I would be fine with that. Shimmering Spruce, Tuscany Candle. These usually show up in your Ralph's, Kroger's, whatever's. This actually wasn't bad. This is a nice play on spruce. It's a little bit lighter. It's sage, evergreen, and cedar. I think the cedar really helped balance out the evergreen, and then the sage gives it a depth that normally I'm not a big sage person, but it kind of worked with this scent. So I didn't mind this as a tree scent. Next, we have Cranberry Spritz. This one, straight up cranberries, a little bit on the tart side, not quite as tart as Better Homes and Gardens Iced Winter Cranberries, but not something as sweet or rounded as like Cranberry Garland or Snow-Kissed Cranberry from Scentsy. It's listed cranberry, pineapple, and mint. Yeah, I can kind of see that maybe, but you just basically get cranberry as the note. I think the pineapple's there to kind of give it more of a juiciness, and then the mint is going to give a little bit more of like a wintry tone or freshness. All right, Holiday Home Vanilla and Birch. This one smells really good. It's just, it was a softer performer for me. But you do get kind of like a woodsy, not smoky, but woodsy vanilla scent. Kind of similar to Satin Sheets from Scentsy, but not as strong or long-lasting. But it was a nice, soft, subtle blend. Next, we have... Any more from Tuscany? I think that was it. All right, moving on to Darcy and David's. This is Hobby Lobby. So we have Timber and Patchouli, Bergamot, Mandarin, Orange, and Patchouli. I don't know if I get all those notes, but it is definitely a sort of earthy, woodsy scent that is counterbalanced by the brightness of the citrus zests that they have in here, the bergamot and the mandarin and orange. I actually like this scent. I would go and get this again, and it lasted for the most part all day. The patchouli part doesn't really come very predominant in here, nor does the woodsy tone per se. They give a nice little blend, but for the most part, it's just a nice, like, sort of bergamot-themed citrus zest sort of scent. It's kind of fresh, honestly. I was expecting it to be more, like, smoky and woody when I smelled it, and then when I warmed it, I was like, oh, that's not what this is. All right, Christmas Tree. Ugh. This is Pine Needles, Fir Balsam, and Wintergreen. This is basically a weird side dupe of Very Snowy Spruce without, like, the cedar note. But it smells very similar. And I'd argue I almost might like this one slightly better than Very Snowy Spruce. Which is weird because it says wintergreen, and that's usually like a no-no for me. But basically, it's like Very Snowy Spruce. It's a tree, very heavy wood-based tree scent. All right. Next, we have Christmas Morning. This is Fir Balsam, Clove, and Mandarin. And this I love. This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Spiced Apple Chestnut, which is the new scent from Scentsy. It reminds me a little bit of any sort of like apple. That's what it is. It really smells kind of like spiced apple chestnut. There's the citrusy note in there kind of lends towards like almost an apple quality to this. There's got to be apple in here too that they're not telling us about, but unless I'm going crazy. But that's kind of what this reminds me of, even though this is like, that's not what it's called. It's also akin to something like Homestead Holiday. It's very similar to that. So if you like that scent, this is kind of along the same vein. Yeah, probably that more than Spiced Apple Chestnut now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just getting all my scents mixed up. Homestead Holiday, very similar to Christmas Morning, but good performer. Alpine Forest, this is from the Mainstay collection from Walmart. Oh, this should have gone in the other video. Oh well. It's a great forest scent. I mean, that's about all it is. Like, there's nothing to write home about. It's nothing particularly unique. It's just a great generic kind of forest scent if you need it. Let's go on to Kringle Candle and Country Candle. So it's the same company, but Warm and Fuzzy. Really nice. Again, this goes along those lines of like the fabricy, flannel, cozy, sort of cashmere, feel good, warm under a bunch of blankets and home and snuggle sort of scents. Works really well, smells really good. Has a little woody undertone to it. Really enjoyed it, and it lasted pretty well. So I can recommend that one. And Winter's Nap. And this is a softer one as well. This is, again, the same sort of similar thing. You're going more cozy. This has a little bit more of a cotton, fabric, linen note to it. It's not laundry per se, but you get more of the fabric, like, snuggled up, like you're smelling a fresh blanket or towel, rather than the other one, which is a little bit more cozy, woodsy. This is a little bit more focused on, like, the fabric component and freshness. So both of them I liked a lot. I would get them again. And as I've mentioned before, if you go with this brand, Country or Kringle, or whatever they're called nowadays, don't waste your time with the little scent cups. I found that most of those were duds, if at best. Go for the 6-packs. Go for the actual 6-pack wax melts. You'll have better success overall. They all seem to perform a lot better than those little cups ever did, for me, at least. All right, and finally, where's our last one? 2 things. I picked up some Verbeez wax melts at Ollie's. This is Peony and Cedar. That's what it is. And it's strong. Oh, man. I have to give it to Verbeez. Like, their scents are super strong. Like, holy bananas. A little over much for me. I'm also not particularly, like, I'm over the Febreze stage of my life where everything needed to be Febreze, because then I learned that so many other so many other companies create room sprays and fabric sprays and similar products that might, like, I mean, Scentsy even has their own rendition of it, and it's not quite as obviously chemically laden, at least. Febreze is for the whole, like, it eliminates odors and traps them. It doesn't just mask them. So I get it. But I almost feel like that translated into their wax line too, and that was something I could maybe deal without. But I do like their Febreze One line. It's a little bit more mellow and softer, but still smells really good. In fact, I think it smells better. And then finally, did you know that, where did I order this from? Macy's. Macy's sells wax melts? Because I didn't. I was looking for Christmas ornaments, and I was like, oh, I need a few more dollars in my cart. Why don't I type in wax melts, like the weirdo I am? And this brand, Aromatique, they sell wax melts. So I got like 3 or maybe 4 different ones to try. This one's called Smell of the Tree. And this is kind of like if Christmas Cactus and Mighty Pine had a baby. That's what this is. Because there's, like, definitely a citron sort of smell to this. Not quite agave nectar or anything, but that sort of citron, whatever, citrusy kind of note. But it's also very much green tree. And it's interesting. It's for a scent, it's definitely there and present in the room, but it doesn't smack you in the face like the normal Christmas green tree sort of scents do. The citron sort of kind of part of it, I could take or leave, and once it teeters out a bit, I like it more. But overall, I was surprised at the quality. I don't remember how much I paid for these, and they were on sale, but it's 2.7 ounces, so a little less than Scentsy, a little bit more than like your Walmart waxes might be. And they're smaller cubes. You get 8 cubes, but yeah, they're a little bit smaller than, do I have a Scentsy cube thing? Oh, they're on par with Scentsy cubes. Yeah. So 8 cubes versus 8 cubes, but this is 3.2 ounces and this is 2.7. You can see the difference here. Maybe. Yeah, they're thinner and narrower. Anyways, beyond the point here, but I was impressed with the throw and the performance, considering I never even knew they even had wax melts, or that this was even a thing, or this brand existed. So they don't have a whole lot of them, so don't go like crazy thinking it's going to be, you know, Walmart where you have a wall of wax, but there were a few on their website that I was able to find. And on sale, they seemed great. For regular retail, I don't think they would be worth the price point, honestly, as most things at Macy's are nowadays, but that's my opinion. Everyone has a different, you know, cost analysis than what they're willing to pay for things, but it was a good scent, worth trying. And there we go. That's all the weird things and the little lost children that didn't really have their own videos worthy amount of wax. I hope this was kind of entertaining at the very least and informative. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But finally, I'm caught up on my fragrance feedback. Goodness gracious, I will not let it get that out of control again. Holy moly. That was like a whole day of, you know, trying to go through and categorize and figure out how I was going to set up the videos. Hope you are doing well today. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. Take care, guys. Bye.